Tom. Hi guys, this is Jay with another in-car vlog thing. I'm driving to the airport and later on I am flying to Cologne, which might be fun or not. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it will be an interesting course, and I mean, like, it's half repetition, half new, but I think Overwatch, yeah, of course. That's the only bad thing with Streamlabs. You cannot change the stream title on all 3 platforms, so I need to find a new name. Maybe just JTV something? No, I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to the airport. I'm driving to Zurich Airport.
동글미님 어서 오세요.
And I thought you were in the stream. You're not? Yeah, no problem. I repeat once. So I'm going to the airport, Zurich Airport.
노잉글리시님 어서 오세요.
And I'm flying to Cologne, in Germany.
BJJAYK 어서 오세요.
And oh, BJJAYK, that's sweet. 안녕하세요, 여러분. So I'm going to Cologne, and I will do a medical education course, nitrous oxide, but I already do that. And oral sedation, I did a little bit, and also intravenous sedation, so like hooking up the patient to a IV shot,
어서 오세요.
and then using the IV to administer the sedation drug so that the patient will pass out. No, not passing out, but actually the patient will be more relaxed, and he will be
국자님 어서 오세요.
he will be more relaxed. He won't remember. Are you part Indian? Ani? Indian? Oh my god. How do you think about that? Anyways. So he will be calmed down. He won't remember a lot and be very he will be very relaxed. 매니저님 안녕하세요. 오랜만이다. 오늘 공항에 가요. 그래서 방송 시간 있어요. 1시간. Are you part Australian? No, I'm part Austrian. Austria. I'm in Switzerland. That's Australian? No. You look Australian? Oh, maybe. I mean, Australia is also a country of a lot of immigrants, so I'm not sure if there's like the typical Australian. Like America, you get to see a lot of different faces, right? Yeah. And yeah, I'm flying around 1 hour, and then I need to get a taxi, get to the hotel and stuff. Typical travel stuff. And the course starts tomorrow. And because you have an accent, I have an Australian accent? Oh, cool. Nice. Interesting. I thought it would be more like American accent, but Australian. Good day, mate. Right? No, I'm not good at accents. Understanding, yes. Listening, also, but not speaking. I'm not the accent type of guy. Maybe one day I will know Korean Satori, but at the moment I don't. But speaking Satori, that would be fun.
헤이시코님 어서 오세요.
I think this time is maybe better for streaming than the other times. More like Korean evening time, right? I'm too fast, guys. I'm too fast. Yeah, typical Zurich airport is not that crowded, so security control doesn't take that much as like in Frankfurt or Munich. Do you do surgery all around the world? Surgery? No, just at home. I'm only licensed here in Switzerland and Germany, so
슬로클님 어서 오세요.
I cannot do surgeries outside the countries I am licensed to. For healthcare, the law is very strict, and very highly regulated in every country. So it's not like you can't do as you wish, right? So you can put it like that. It would be nice though, but you can't. There's like in Europe, there's a law like for Switzerland, you can come into the country for 90 days and work.
Nach einem Kilometer links fahren.
And you just need to announce you're coming, and then after 90 days you have to leave, right? Oh, you're in Germany? I thought you were in
Bitte
the US or somewhere
links
else.
fahren in Richtung Zürich.
No, I'm in Switzerland right now. I'm driving to Zurich. 여기 스위스예요, 스위스. You can read on the green sign on the left, it says Zurich, right? Zurich. There comes now.
Jetzt links fahren.
So, I'm going to Zurich Airport. I think traffic will be okay because it's like early afternoon, there's not much traffic. But like around 4 to 5 o'clock, it will be super crowded. So, not good. 90 days, no visa entry? Yeah, that's right. No, it's not a visa entry. It's within the 90 days period, you don't need a work permit. That's the difference. It's you don't need a work permit.
커맨더루드님 어서 오세요.
And so if you need a visa for Europe, then obviously you would. But inside of Europe, you can work 90 days everywhere without a work permit. What is the language the Nuff is speaking? The Nuff is speaking German. It's a German language. She's pretty good at telling me where to go. I don't use it mainly for the directions. I know where to go. I use it for the traffic announcement. This car navigation has TomTom live traffic, so the traffic information is transmitted via the internet, and the radio or the navigation actually knows where the traffic is, how long it takes to go, how fast you can go, and by using that information it's calculating the arrival time. Pretty accurate. So, and also the the traffic announcement where it is like pretty exact. So if it shows you are hitting the end of a traffic jam, you're almost hitting it. So it's like very accurate, about 500 meters or something. Can you move from one country to another working for 90 days and working there for 90 days? Yeah, you can. This is like internal in Europe. It's part of the Schengen Treaty. The Schengen Treaty connects all European countries, no matter if they are part of the European Union or not. So if the country is part of the Schengen Treaty, you are allowed to move freely and work almost freely. If you are not part of a Schengen country, then it's different. But here for Switzerland, if you are German and you want to come to Switzerland for work, if you work under 90 days, you just have to file a form that's announcing that you're coming and working, and that's it. And if you intend to work longer than 90 days, you need to apply for a work permit. Typically for Germans in Switzerland, we always get a work permit. It's like the close neighbors, Germany, Switzerland and Austria. We are accepting everyone within our German-speaking regions. But like if you go to Italy or France, it's a little bit different because they have a higher unemployment rate, so they're like pretty strict when it comes to work permit. So, but if you are like in the medical field, then you need a medical permit, so that's different from a work permit, right? That's something different. So work permit just means you can work, and medical permit means you can work as a doctor, and that's different. I mean, like, is it true that what kind of topic? I need to tilt the phone a little bit because I have like polarizing sunglasses, so I can't read the chat when I tilt my head the wrong way. What do you mean between relationship? What did you hear, or what do they say? Maybe it's true, maybe not. I'm not sure. Yeah, but if you have like a normal job, like if you're a construction worker or engineer or a nurse, or yeah, no nurses also need a medical permit, but if you are like carpenter, metal work, plumber or something, those people don't need special permits, they just need the work permit. So they say 100, what happened? Construction site. Alright, that's like a bad thing at these days because it's summertime and they're like all over the place are construction sites on the roads. Everything is being refurbished and renovated and stuff like that. So pretty annoying for the traffic, but that's how it is. Yep. No answer. All right. Yeah, if you don't tell me about your what the thing is between. There are people in German part Swiss and people in French part Swiss and people in Swiss part Swiss. I have some pressure on my ear, sorry. Switzerland has multiple parts depending on where you are. The main language is France, German, Italian or Romansh. It's like 4 main areas. And yeah, the French part is obviously a little bit more oriented to France, because like in former times there were French, I think. But the Swiss French is a little bit different from the real French. Or do you mean something else? Because if you say people in German part Swiss, I mean the German area, German speaking area. It's not a German area, it's a German speaking area. But the problem is, like for foreigners, many foreigners believe Switzerland speaks German, but they don't speak German, they speak Swiss German, which is kind of very strong Saturi and a huge variation from normal German that we speak in Germany. So it's more like yeah, it's a very strong accent, or Saturi. It's more like Saturi, I guess. It's more like a different dialect. And the Swiss German language is it did not evolve in one step. So like the German language had like 3 big evolvements, and Switzerland just 2. So the language is very non-technical. It has very different grammar. It has very simple vocabulary. It has very rudimentary grammar. So it's like yeah, it's like an kind of ancient language, you could say, because it's like totally different from like German. Yeah, it's hard to explain. So, and there's not a lot of movement between those language areas, because if I go to the French part in Switzerland, they only speak French, but I don't speak French. So they have tourists, but like only if they speak French. How do you Germans speak English so well without even putting a lot of efforts? How does it come so naturally? Actually, it does not come naturally. It does not. The biggest difference is that English is a European language, so it's the logic of the language is more natural to us than the Asian logic. And like all European languages, many of them derive from Latin or like very strongly related to the Latin language. So our grammar is similar, partially the words are similar. Yeah, it's more close together, right? And Asian grammar is totally different. The way you express thoughts is totally different, and that's why it's a little bit complicated for you to have a natural flow in the language, because there's like expressions we use that don't make sense for you, and the other way around. So sometimes I say something and I want to translate it into Korean, and people say I don't get it, because the words I use are the same as in German, but the expression doesn't have any meaning to you guys. So that's like the thing. And on the other hand, if you're like practicing a lot, listening a lot, then obviously you would be good at English, and lastly, I would say you are
도전회의건 밑줄일님 어서 오세요.
you are forgetting about the filter effect you have, because when you meet people online, they obviously speak English, but if you don't meet them, then most probably because they are not online, because they don't speak English. So you will not encounter people who are bad in English, because it's hard for them to come around you guys. So meeting up with people who don't speak English will be very hard, right? So it's kind of a filter, and that's why it seems like many Europeans speak English well, but they don't. Actually, French people speak English very badly. There's a lot of Germans who don't speak English very well. So, wieso sprichst du in einem Stream auf Englisch? This stream, ja, auf Deutsch. Der Stream ist international. Das heißt, ich streame auf 3 Plattformen: YouTube, Afrika und Twitch. Und meine Hauptzuschauer sind in Korea, wegen Afrika. Africa TV ist eine koreanische Streaming-Seite. Und deswegen spreche ich Englisch, weil mein Koreanisch nicht gut genug ist. Und ja, so kommt das. That's why. Simply put, hört sich spannend an. Wünsche dir viel Erfolg dabei. Dankeschön. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Oder auch nicht. Yeah, some German-speaking viewer were asking me why I was talking English. So I explained him that I'm streaming to Africa TV, which is Korean, and so like I wanted to explain that. Is he talking about why you speak English? Yeah. No, he's not asking why I'm talking English on the Korean side. He's like wondering why I'm speaking English after all, like in general. So that's why.
가수님 어서 오세요.
가수님 안녕하세요.
햄브로 88님 어서 오세요.
Yeah, that's why. So traffic looks good. All right. Because you put a title of an English-speaking man. Yeah, that's true. What is that? Korean? That's Korean, right? Yeah, I put English because, like, mainly I speak English. That's if I just skip that, I don't know. I think it would confuse people more. That's why I put English. 영어 할 수 있는 사람 아니지? 그리고 영어 없으면 시청자들 나한테 나쁜 말 하는데요. They don't like it, so if I don't put that, they don't like it, and then it's kind of irritating because they want to speak Korean, I don't speak Korean, and then it's like getting a little bit awkward. No, it's not. If you're not used to stream and drive, then maybe it is. But if you're used to, it's not that big of a deal. And on the other hand, I focus on the road mostly. And it's Switzerland. We don't drive very fast. There's not much happening on the road over here, so but I see who is around me. That's like the main important thing. Good question. Maybe they're or not. Maybe they're not. I think like politicians want us to be living nice together, and we do, but maybe we don't like each other. We just live with each other. But I think it's getting better over the generations. So, and the movement is getting more and more common in Europe. So it's not like it was in earlier times. There was like very seldom to see someone from another country. I mean, like Switzerland has around 30% of foreigners, so like every other person is not from Switzerland. So that's, I think it depends on the country, on the culture. And then go 70 kilometers. Here in Switzerland we can only drive 120, so it takes a pretty long time. In Germany you could drive like whatever you can, and if you're like driving 150, 180 or something, you're obviously a lot faster than here in Switzerland. But the traffic is good, so I don't care. It's okay. How far? Yeah, it's the destination. Like the airport is about 70 kilometers, and to Cologne, I don't know, 500, 600 kilometers. But I'm flying that part. That's too complicated. And traffic in Germany is getting worse and worse, so I prefer not to drive in Germany if I don't have to. Whew. It's getting hot, guys. The sun is shining, 26 degrees. But I think like in the middle of the week, the weather will change again. Doesn't everyone in Germany drive Mercedes or Audi? No, actually not. There's a lot of people driving Asian cars because they're cheaper. It's a question of price, right? So people, if they can afford, they drive Audi, BMW, Mercedes. If they have more money, they drive Porsche. If they have little money, they buy Opel. And yeah, if you have like even less money, you buy Asian cars or American cars like Ford. Oh, Volkswagen is also there. I forgot. I think, yeah, maybe not already, but it would be maybe 10 minutes less than now. I'm driving around 60 minutes, 1 hour, depending on the traffic. And yeah, if I would if I would increase the speed, yeah, to 180 or something, it would be like 50% faster, right? But like on the, you're not just driving highway, you're like changing highways and stuff, so you have to slow down as well. So, but not as long, that's right. Like this part is very boring because that's the part between Lake Constance and Zurich. There's nothing in between. It's just like plain highway. But now we're getting into the canton of Zurich, and there's like the bigger cities, so there is more traffic, more lanes to change, and then we'll get a little bit more hectic than right now. So, but it's still okay. I have worse moments on this highway. Does BMW feel pricey in your country too? Yeah, of course. Like BMW and Mercedes-Benz and Porsche are like premium cars. They are very expensive, like compared to others.
귀여운 딸기님 어서 오세요.
And so people want to drive these cars because they're like high quality cars. But most people can't buy them, so they buy on credit or leasing. So they buy in portions. They don't buy it once. Most people can't buy it once. That's too expensive. Audi is also quality car. You would say like BMW, Mercedes and Audi are like almost the same level of high quality cars. Porsche is above that. Mainstream cars would be like Volkswagen, Skoda, Ford, what else? Yeah, Toyota, Hyundai, Kia, Chevrolet. These kind of cars would be more like mainstream and cheaper cars. But if people can decide, most would take the better brand and a smaller car. So many would prefer the brand over the size of the car because of the price, right? So if they have their budget.
Bitte links fahren auf die A1 in Richtung Zürich.
That's a difference, I would say. And if people need like a big car because of the family or kids or I don't know, work, they tend to go to cheaper brands but keep the car size. So it depends on what people focus on.
Nach einem Kilometer links fahren.
But in general, you would say people would prefer the better brands, but it depends on the origin. So like there's some people who like the Italian sports cars,
Bitte links fahren auf die A1
so they
in
focus
Richtung
on
Zürich.
Alfa Romeo and something. But yeah, I had an Italian car, I had a Fiat, and actually quality is not that good.
이수범동동이님 어서 오세요.
Jetzt links fahren.
It's Germany, one of the richest country in the world. I thought you people make over 100,000 grand on a year on average. No way. No, that's not true. That's not true. Even Swiss people have like 3 times the salary of German people, and even in Switzerland the average salary is way below 100,000 grand. So that's not true. You should work in now. Yeah, that's true. But I'm traveling to Cologne for Education Week, so it's work. I am working. 아저씨 어딜까요? I go to Cologne. So I have to go to Zurich Airport and then I fly to Cologne. And in Cologne I make my course, and on Sunday I fly back. And on Monday I need to work again, right? Yeah, that's how it works. Now I got stuck behind the truck. Damn. And yeah, we have to, like as doctors, we have to present 50 hours of continued education every year. So we have to go to education. I mean, it's useful that you have to go to education, but I think the amount of 50 hours is a lot. That's more than a work week. And so, like, if you calculate that, Cologne, yeah. Cologne? Maybe in Korean you say Köln. Köln. Maybe it's Köln. Yeah, 맞아요. Sounds perfect. The funny thing is that, like, in Korea you use the German pronunciation, like München and Stuttgart and Köln. Yeah, interesting. Because typically we are used that foreign languages all use the English version of the city names. I don't know why, but Korean is different. They take the German version and pronunciation. Whew. Yeah, so that's how it works. And like calculated 1 week of education and 1 week of loss in income, because working obviously, that's a lot of money. And so I think like the amount of hours they ask for in Switzerland is too much. In Germany they ask for 125 lectures in 5 years. A lecture in Germany is like 45 minutes, and Switzerland is asking for 50 complete hours per year. So that's like more than double the amount of education that German needs. So I think that's a little bit insane, but yeah, Swiss people tend to be a little bit awkward when it comes to these things. Yeah, and I think like it's a question of money, because I think Swiss dentists can afford that or have to afford that, and German dentists wouldn't be able to afford that amount of money that it needs to take so much education. And obviously you have like the travel expenses, maybe the hotel, maybe the flight. Yeah, obviously the time you don't work in the office, so it's lost income on that side, and the additional cost. So
BJ124 상표님 어서 오세요.
So like in general, I would estimate that a lost work week with education altogether is at least 15,000 Swiss francs, or around $15,000 in cost just for the education. And that's a lot. I mean, $15,000, many people can live off that money for months, and we have to spend that for education. So I think it's a little bit too much. But yeah, I don't make the law. I have to abide, so we have to ask for higher prices then, right? But actually, Swiss dentistry is also struggling a lot because the prices go up and the cost is on the rise. So for many people it's really hard to afford dental treatment, and it's getting more and more difficult to sell dental treatment to the patients because they don't have insurance for teeth. They have to pay everything on their own, and since everything is like not like paid in cash, but actually, yeah, it's like real money they spend. It's not insurance money or something. They really have to give that. How much do you make a year? At the moment, not very much, because I opened my office 5 years ago, and I still can't pay the investment. So I'm in the red numbers. Is doctor the best paying job than in Germany? In Germany, no. In Switzerland, better. But in Germany, the payment it got worse a lot in the last 20 years. It was good in earlier times, but nowadays it's not. So, just money-wise, I would not do dentistry again. It's way too stressful. It's not really rewarding, and so I would say I wouldn't do that again. It's not that I don't like the job, that like doing the business itself, not the business, but doing the dental work itself. But yeah, you struggle a lot in selling the treatments, and people don't have money, and then you have like to change your treatment plan because what you want to do doesn't work for the patient because they don't have money. And so it's getting more and more awkward and confusing for everyone. And yeah, it's like complicated if you have to neglect dental treatment just because of the cost, right? So it's I think that's hard for every doctor if you know you can do better, but you can't provide it to the patient because they can't buy it. So yeah, I think that was easier in earlier times. Maybe we'll be getting better, but like right now, it's not really satisfying job overall. It has its fun moments, but it's a lot of struggle. Actually, it's a lot of struggle. And if you like research on dentistry nowadays, you will find that a lot of consultants are trying to educate doctors because it became more and more of a business and less of a medical profession, because it's like money is getting tighter in every pocket. So you can say money getting tight, I don't know. So like in general, people tend to spend less money on their teeth. And yeah, the problem is like if less people spend money on their teeth, like overall treatment prices will rise because the dentist needs to live, so he's asking for more money to survive. And that means like that bigger treatments get even more expensive and the smaller ones are still not
Nach einem Kilometer rechts fahren.
not like really cost effective, so you could put it like that.
Bitte rechts fahren auf die A1 in Richtung Bern.
Then what is the job you would choose if you could? I don't know, I never had the time to think about this properly. But I think like in general the medical field is not very rewarding anymore. And you can see that like online there's a lot of people working for United Nations and health organizations, but they stop working in the hospitals because the payment is very, very little and the time you have to spend is very high. Like people being on shift like for 2 weeks or something, that's too much. It's not rewarding, right? Yeah, other things, I'm not sure. Maybe doing some consulting business, or I like marketing and branding. That's kind of fun topic to me. And what else? A good question. I'm like interested in a lot of topics. So
auf die A1 in Richtung Flughafen.
It's kind of hard to tell which choice would be the best. Good question. So I got very early to the airport, but it's okay. So the navigation told me when I started I will arrive at 15 hours and 19 minutes, and now it is 15 hours and 12 minutes, so like 6 more minutes, 7 more minutes.
Nach einem Kilometer rechts fahren.
And I think that will be pretty accurate, because I just have to leave this highway, go to the next highway, and then
Bitte
like after that, very shortly after that, there is the airport. So it's pretty close from here.
Jetzt rechts fahren.
Phew, haven't you let me please consider working in Korea? Because it will be very rewarding. Yeah, maybe. But like you can't move around your whole life, changing countries would be difficult, right? You might get yourself a nice building after 3-4 years. Or maybe I do that. I come, but I think there's like also health insurance in Korea, and the Korean work that I got to see here in Switzerland was not that good actually. So I'm not quite sure how the system works. If it's like rewarding in the sense of you could do pretty nice work. Like as a dentist, we focus on doing nice work, and
Nach einem Kilometer links abfahren.
yeah, if it's just a lot of work and low quality, then it's not rewarding, right? I think the focus is too much on money these
Bitte
days.
an der nächsten Ausfahrt links abfahren in Richtung Flughafen.
But obviously, many things got so expensive that it's like really, really hard to survive without the proper amount of money. But it doesn't mean that it's rewarding. Alright, 도착했어요. I'm here. Here's the airport. And
Demnächst rechts fahren.
yeah, 3 more minutes until I reach the parking lot, my preferred parking lot. So.
Nach 300 Metern rechts fahren in Richtung Arrivals und danach links fahren.
So I always choose the holiday parking, which is a little bit cheaper, but that's not the reason.
Jetzt rechts fahren.
I choose this parking lot because
links fahren in Richtung Arrivals. Dann haben Sie Ihr Ziel erreicht.
It's more spacious.
Dann haben Sie Ihr Ziel erreicht.
And
Sie haben das Ziel erreicht.
it's just 3 minutes to walk to the airport, so pretty good. Ooh, it's so bright. Oh my gosh. Good job. So I typically also drive like 1 or 2 stories above the ground so that you have like more space and less cars, and then you might be able to park closer to the elevator, which is nice. So this story has 118 free spots to park. So let's find a good spot. That's only the worst thing, always finding a good spot to park your car. So we are at story number 7. Nice, nice, nice. I don't see any green lights. Oh, there they are. Nice. I hope they're big enough for my car, because on that side there's like metal bars, which is not that good, but I think I will fit. Because that metal bars, these are like not that practical if you have them beneath your car, because the sensors don't work. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I am off to the airport. Whoa, that's noisy. And I hope you enjoyed the stream. I can see a Hyundai car. Maybe. So there's like a Volkswagen.
BJJAYK 상표님 어서 오세요.
And Subaru. And Mazda. And yeah. Many cars. It's a parking lot. Alright guys, thanks for watching. And see you next week when I come back from my educational week. Bye bye.